What's up, you guys? So you can tell already from looking at the box and probably looking at the thumbnail and title of this video, today we're going to be doing a tour review on the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Hammond Collection Baryonyx. So, yeah, I got a couple of other Baryonyxes to compare this with. Now, before we start this review, I do want to mention some things. I'd initially done an unboxing for this one, but I just thought, well, I was in a rush because I wanted to play with my friend. So that's why I rushed the reviews, and I didn't want to make a rushed review for you guys, especially with the Hammond collection stuff. So I can't wait for what May has to offer for us, because there's going to be 4 new exclusives. Yes, 4 for the human line. For my hypothesis, I do believe that I'm hoping that there will be the Gallimimus and Dilophosaurus, but honestly, I would prefer a Dilophosaurus, and maybe the Ceratosaurus and Triceratops. And if I had to guess if there are any humans that would be released, I would assume that Sattler would be one of them, or maybe Alan Grant. But anyways, my Baryonyx is not the most perfect Baryonyx in the universe, because right here in the head is like very split. It's not that bad, but the head can like just swivel and go up and down. It doesn't like go left or right in any way, shape, or form. And for a strange thing that happened, which I didn't initially notice in my tour review. So there's a little fine print for the copyright information on its left calf, and my copy has 2 left calves. And no, this isn't trickery. It actually has 2 left calves. Like if we spread the legs a little bit, here's one of the left calves, and here's the other left calf. So my Baryonyx officially has 2 left calves, which is something that I thought I would never say. I don't even know how this would happen, because I would figure that Mattel would carefully make their figures, but apparently mistakes on Mattel figures make things a lot more valuable. Because if you've seen my Mr. Incredible Becoming Uncanny video, you would know that there was a very extreme listing for $1,500 for a 3-pack of minis that was just boxed upside down. But anyways, let's get on track and let's take a look at this figure. So pretty much the design looks pretty cool. I don't know what I did, but it looks kind of reddish now for some reason. It was white before, but I don't know. But anyway, so my Baryonyx, it looks pretty cool and all. Just, So here we have the jaw, and it's pretty basic in terms of paint in there. I mean, it's not like the Amber collection where there's just like this red wash. But this is basically the premium line for the 3 3/4 inch line, which is actually what Amber collection is replaced with. Because if we take a look at it next to the Baryonyx from Mattel, although this thing is a bit smaller in comparison, it's a lot more detailed and a lot better. Because this is the Roarvor's. This is I don't have the original Baryonyx from the 2018 line, but this is essentially the same sculpt. And if we take a look at its back, it has a lot less osteoderms. It's not that bumpy. Wow, this one has many osteoderms, and it is pretty bumpy on it. My Baryonyx does not work anymore. So I'll either get a new one or probably just get rid of it. But I mean, it's good to have it in my collection, even if it may not work. Now, before we continue looking at the figure, let's take a look at this box. So here we have the box for the Baryonyx. Here we have the Jurassic T-Rex. where it's like a little bit buffed out a bit. Not really. Well, I don't know. We got John Hammond in the little amber casing, replacing the mosquito. We got the Hammond collection. And we got ages 8 and up. Now, initially, I couldn't spot the little age guideline on the Hammond collection Raptor. And I recently learned that it was on top of the box. So, it hit for me for a bit. But anyways, this is meant for people ages 8 and up. The Baryonyx just died. We got the Hammond collection logo right there, along with a beautiful rendering of the toy, along with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Next up, we got the Baryonyx, in which this one is a little bit strange because for some reason it's colored brown when this one is colored gray. Which is extremely weird, but sometimes Mattel makes pretty weird mistakes, you know. But anyways, so we got a little message by Mattel. We got JurassicWorld.com. Small parts may be generated, aka this is not meant for people ages 0 to 3. We have the Jurassic World logo. We got the Hammond collection logo, both the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom logo. We got the Baryonyx right there, along with its species name. As lava rains down, the Baryonyx bursts into the bunker, forcing Claire Deering and Franklin Webb to make a narrow escape in every respect. And next up, and we got these little... You know, I kind of like the aspect that the box looks like a paddock, because it just makes it a lot more fitting than the Amber collection boxes. And I really do truly like the Hammond collection line so far. I think it's one of the best lines that Mattel's released so far to date. And I will definitely try to collect all the dinosaurs. Well, maybe, depending on what they release. If they release an Allosaurus, I'll definitely be collecting that. Since I've literally made a mock of the Allosaurus on my channel. I've created a mock. I've created a Hammond collection Allosaurus mock. And so, you know, Mattel, it's not too late. But anyways, so back to the Baryonyx. I do really like the paint detail on it. Now, I'm probably going to sound really dumb, but I think the reason why it's a little bit reddish is because of the fact that I've submerged this thing in water. Because Baryonyx are Spinosaurids, and Spinosaurids are generally more aquatic. So, me being an idiot, I just decided to submerge it in water. Now, this is what the standard scrapping would look like. But honestly, it's not that bad. Although I may just get another one because, you know, the two left calves and stuff. But mistakes are an opportunity to get you to learn. So here we have the head and there's a little bit of metallic blue right under its eye, along with some beautiful black detail on it. It just looks pretty cool and awesome. And I love the fact that they added more osteoderms on it. I think it's really fitting. And the tail is just like spot on. It's just, you know, it's something that a collector would probably want. A movie accurate dinosaur toy. Although I haven't seen the movie, but I'm assuming that this is pretty movie accurate. Especially since for a lot of the time that the Baryonyx is on screen, it's in the lava pit. Or at least that's what I'm assuming. So overall, it's generally nice in the detail department. Now for articulation, the Baryonyx has a double jointed jaw, which can open up, which can open and close. The head can go very up, but this is about like the midway aspect, and this is the lowest it can go. Neck can go up and down, left and right, and it's just on a ball joint. So, and next up, the arm can rotate full on 360, and it can even pivot. The arms can also move. The elbows can also move and rotate 360, although the wrists don't move. This is honestly the most articulated Hammond collection figure we have currently because the Parasaurolophus, while it does have basically the same articulation points as the Baryonyx, it doesn't have feet articulation, which I do find very strange since the Baryonyx has feet articulation and the Baryonyx is slightly smaller than the Parasaurolophus. But me being me, I don't really care. I just really like the figure. And next up, the legs can rotate full 360. The knees can move and rotate. The ankles can move and rotate. The feet can also move and rotate. Although these feet are very dense, unlike the rest of the legs. There is a pretty nicely stiff ball joint, and it even has wire. Now, for some reason, the material for the Baryonyx does not feel as dense as the Velociraptor's material. Maybe they might be made from a different material, but my Velociraptor's tail is still pretty dense. But anyways, so that's it for the articulation of the Baryonyx. We're going to compare it to a few figures. We've already compared it with the green Down Rivals Baryonyx. Now we're going to compare it to the red one, which I think is the most garbage Baryonyx figure that we've ever gotten, because I mean, this is from the Battle Damage Breakout set, or I think it was called Breakdown set, or whatever it was. And naturally, this is from the Battle Damage line. And this is probably the only Battle Damage marketed figure that doesn't have Battle Damage. And while, yes, it does have scars and stuff, there's no button anywhere that can activate the damage. So overall, I think this figure is just really pointless and pretty garbage. And yes, I have painted its pupil. Next up, here it is compared to the mini Suchomimus. And while we're still on the topic of Baryonyxes, here it is next to the mini Baryonyx. And here it is next to the Geo World, or whatever brand of Brachiosaurus toy this is. And here it is next to the Hammond Collection Parasaurolophus. There will be a review this soon. I'm probably going to post one later tonight, or probably tomorrow, because I'll have more time tomorrow. But anyway, so this is I honestly am really debating as to whether or not this is my favorite figure, or if the Parasaurolophus is my favorite figure. But honestly, I'm really voting for the Baryonyx. The Baryonyx is it just has a lot more pizzazz to it, like a lot more articulation, or a little bit more articulation. But we're going to be reviewing the Parasaurolophus next tomorrow, and goodbye.